welcome back again into my channel. I'm so happy to have you back. Today we are here at Roswell, Georgia, a city called Roswell here in Georgia. We about 40 minutes to Atlanta, and we are here at the Smith Plantation. Behind me, it's the big house. This is where they used to live. We're gonna go ahead and have some time here. We're gonna have the time to explore the plantation, go all over the place and see what is left here from the time where they used to live here. And we're gonna learn a little bit about the enslaved people, and we're gonna learn about the history of this old plantation. Thank you so much for coming back. For those who are coming back, thank you. For those who are watching for the first time, go ahead, like the video and share it so we can share the message so that everybody else can see what the history has kept here, or what is kept here from the history. Let's go ahead and share, subscribe, and thank you so much for people who are watching those videos. I've seen so many people watching those videos. It is a great pleasure. Whenever you watch the video, do us a favor, go ahead and share it, go ahead and like it, subscribe, so that your friends can learn too about what's going on. Thank you so much for coming back. Let's go ahead and let's start our tour today.
That they found 120 years later.
Okay.
Most of the furniture in here is either from, well, all the furniture in there is either from the original family, Archibald and Ann Smith.
Okay.
And they built this home in 1845. And then his grandson, or their grandson, ended up renovating it in 1940s. So it's a combination, but they didn't find that trunk until the 1980s. And then everything listed right here is what was in the trunk.
Where did they find it?
In the attic.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they found some clothes and was microscope. Okay. Ready.
And they found actually a lot of letters in the trunk, and that's how we know about the family, through the letters that they found.
Okay. So those chairs are original. That's what they had here.
And that's an original Gullah basket, and then the piano's from 1830.
Okay. 1830.
Yep,
Wow.
It's made out of rosewood. It's actually a pianoforte.
Okay.
And this is where they.
And those chairs are the one they had here.
Yes, most likely they were original chairs because they are much smaller. But the china, the chairs and the table and the buffet, that door keeps on opening, I'm sorry. They were here originally in the 1800s, and then something like the chandeliers, some of the draperies were installed much later on in the 1900s.
Okay. Okay. So are they still living here? Like
Oh, no. They ended up, the last owner ended up passing away in 1981.
Okay.
But there was a woman who worked for her named Mamie Cotton. And per this woman, her name, it was the grandson's wife, her name was Mary. Per Mary's will, she wanted Mamie to remain here until Mamie, they built the house and they finished it in 1845. And then these are their 4 children, Willie, Archie, and then Helen and Lizzie.
Oh, okay.
And then this was the second generation. See Archie, this is the woman he married named Julie. And then Julie and Archie ended up having an additional 3 children.
Okay.
None of them actually lived in the home until this gentleman, Arthur, moved in here with his wife when he was past 60 years old.
Oh, okay.
So they're the ones who renovated the home. And then this woman right here was Mamie Cotton. Mamie Cotton and Mary worked together at a school, and Mary ended up asking Mamie to come work for them. In return, they built her a home a couple blocks down, and Mamie continued to live in this, well, she continued to work for them until 1960, and then lived in this home up until her death in 1994.
Was this a cotton plantation too?
They had cotton, and then actually if you want to see some outside,
But they did like provide the cotton to the mill,
yes.
Okay. Broccoli.
and they sent some to Liverpool, England.
Okay. Oh, really?
Evidently, yeah.
Yeah.
Liverpool was a big
Carrot.
cotton
Wow.
reception place from the world.
Wow, they had so much diversity in here.
They did. He rotated crops before it.
No, this is very interesting, and this is kind of
So this is how the what house is this? This is
this one.
the one we are right here.
Yes, and then when
This
they
is a-
renovated it, they ended up renovating it to
Yeah,
make
that's
it
the
more.
back
That's the
side.
back side, and that's the
okay.
front side.
Okay, so that's the front side right here.
And that
Oh, yeah.
center picture is the front porch, how it used to look before the house was renovated.
Okay.
Very rustic.
Alright.
This is one of his enslaved nanny, and then this was her entire family. They had a woman and the Roswell courthouse research this. And so Nanny's family worked for the Smith family as well.
Okay. So all these were the enslaved.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, actually, I don't know where the other one is. The other one was between the 1940s and the 1840s.
Okay.
That was an original record album where there's Bing Crosby on it, an original TV from the 50s. But that was an original plantation desk. That was Archibald, the grandfather from the 1800s. And the desk comes apart in two, and the top you can take into the field.
Okay. Huh. Alright.
That is an original money belt.
This?
Yep.
Okay, Mammy Cotton
back
worked
in
as
the
a
day,
cook
in
and
1800s.
housekeeper for the Smith family.
And you'll notice there's another
50
piece of
years.
wallpaper that was actually
She
in
was
this
the last
room that
person to live in the
unfortunately
house,
was eaten by
which she
bugs.
did until 1990s. Okay, so this is a room right here. She was a cook. She was a slave. She was a cook. And she came to live here in the big house. That's very unprecedented. So this is the master bedroom. This is where the Smith, Arthur Smith, and his wife would live or will sleep. And apparently Mary Smith died here in this room. Still have her hat right here, and those are her passports, their passports, and some of their stuff. And this one right here is the girls' bedroom. Elaine and Lizzie Smith share this room, not the artifact and finishing which are original to the family. Okay, so those chairs and those artifacts are original to the family. These are original chairs. They are original. These like this. Those are original stuff. All the old stuff. And you have this one for horse riding. She's here using that same saddle. And this is the bed right here. This is for the dog. And you have another sewing machine right there. Right there. This used to be the bath tube. This is where they will bath. They used to bath in here back in the days. Already, let's continue with our tour. Okay, this room right here is called the Parsons room. In past times, many houses had rooms similar to this. A room that could be used by a traveling preacher or traveling guest. Because back in the days, they didn't have a lot of hotels like we have today. So in big houses or plantations like this, they would have rooms similar to this, where people will come and sleep here And then as a payment, they will tell them stories about their travel, about everything. So this room right here was like a guest room. It was used by pastors, preachers, or just any other traveler who will be their guest here at the Smith Plantation. This one right here used to be the well. This is where they would get the water from. They would put a rope right here, and there's a mechanism right here. This one is locked, you can't see, but there's a well under here where they used to get the water from. These cookhouses were built in 1845. It was burned down and reconstructed in 1863. So as we're walking in here, we are going to see some old stuff. You can see these chairs. So this is where mommy used to work. She's here in the picture, actually. She's here. That's the lady. We just found a room up there. This is where she will work. And these are the old pot. This for the coffee. This for the foods. And these some old stuff. Well, this house right here, it's called the Corn Crib. It was built in 1850. They call it the Corn Crib because the corn were growing right here on the right. So this space right here where we are, they had corns all over here, all over this place. So that's where it takes its name from. Advising us not to touch the artifact, because many of those tools are 170 years old. So all this old stuff, old tools. That's before the Civil War. Most of those are before the Civil War. Well, we are here at the Smith Plantation. We're going to continue our tour. This is the big house. We just came out of there. We went to the cook house. We went to the corn house. We just came back out of this garage where they used to keep their cars. And here there's a little representation of the cotton. This is how it looks like. This is when it's still in the fruit, and this is when it comes up. So yeah, this tree is about 300 years. Smoke house, 1850, removed in 1940. So this picture right here shows the smoke house, one of the few original outbuildings no longer in existence. Okay, so here used to be the smoke house, but it's not no more. You can see here in the picture. So we're standing right here. Right here. This is where this, and this is the well, and the well is still here, right here on my left. The well is still here, as y'all can see, but the smoke house is removed. So this is a slave house. This is a slave house. As soon as you get here, you can feel it. Like, they don't even have to tell you. As soon as you get here, you can feel it. You can feel the presence. You can feel it. Already, they have repainted this room right here. It looks like a room, but it's not a room. Actually, it's a house. So this is the slave house. This is where the slave used to live. They repainted it to make it look presentable. This is the old broom, like the one we just saw over there, and this is all that's left here, this little cross. This picture right here shows one of the slave houses here in this plantation. Look how, that's how it looked. It used to be. To sleep. And there's nothing left here. Everything is gone. There's nothing left. Only this. For those who don't know, this is the broom. So they use this to sweep the house with. Okay, so this structure right here, it's called the spring house. So we are literally standing in front of a 1800s refrigerator. This used to be the refrigerator. It's not near what we have today, but this is where they would store like the milk, the cream, and all kind of other stuff. They have it here. It's basically on the hill because there's water. There's water down here, and so the water will help keep it fresh. So because they didn't have no refrigerator like we have today, they will keep their stuff in here just so that it doesn't get rotten. And if you look here, if you look closely here, there's still it's still standing right here, and there's water here. This is water. I can't get no closer. Let me see. Yeah, this is water here. So this is the 1800s fridge. We're standing in front of it right now. This is the corn sheller right here, so we can see. Okay, they will take the corn and slide it through here, and then there's a handle right here. They will crank on it to get the maize out here. Okay. So those are original stuff from back then, many years ago. They are still kept here at the Smith Plantation. This was used for the transport of the wine and stuff. Those are the original stuff that you see here. You have the fork, you have a spoon here. Those are the food covers. Huh. It's heavy. And this is the irons, the flat irons. Wow, I remember those. We used to have them too back home in Africa. You would put the charcoal inside here, you warm it up, it's gonna get hot, and it's gonna warm the bottom of the iron, and then you're gonna be able to iron whatever you want to. Well, we are here, we are continuing with our tour. We just got out of this barn right here. The plantation goes all the way down. As y'all can see, in this plantation they tried to make it look clean, so they painted it. They painted the houses. But here they have about 10 original structures from the time where the slaves were here, from the time before the Civil War. So we're gonna continue, and this whole place right here used to be the plantation yard. This is where they use for the plantations. So they use here for the corn and every other thing. It was here on this space right here, all over here. And those are the representation of what they used to have here in the garden. You have some broccoli, you have cabbage right here. This is the carrot. You have the carrot, and you have the collard right there. Already. This is for the soup. You pick the soup from. You have one here, you have another one there. And you have the broom right here. This is the ancient broom. For those who don't know how to use this is how you use it. We had those in Africa. This, and you have that one too. It's pretty much the same. Thank you so much for watching this episode. This is where we're gonna hand our tour for this plantation. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead, keep sharing and subscribing so that we can share the message to many more people. Thank you so much. Until we meet again, may the Lord bless y'all, and God bless America. Thank you.